a small yellow fruit, a gift from the sun. We believe we understand it. We squeeze it into our water, over our food, thinking only of its bright taste. What if this simple act done without wisdom is creating a silent war within you? What if this trusted friend, when paired with the wrong companion, becomes an agent of chaos? Most people will hear the list of foods and stop there. 99% will miss the final principle, the secret of when and how, which is the only thing that turns this knowledge into power. Understanding lemon. Before we can speak of what to avoid, we must first come to a place of deep respect for the nature of the lemon. We see it as a food, a flavor. This is a shallow understanding. The lemon is not a food, it is a medicine. It is a tool. It is a powerful, concentrated force of nature. And like any powerful tool, a sharp knife, a strong fire, it must be handled with awareness and skill. In the hands of a wise craftsman, a knife can carve a beautiful sculpture. In the hands of a child, it can cause great harm. The lemon is this sharp knife. Its power lies in its potent acidity, its ability to cut through, to cleanse, to purify. It is a solvent for stagnation. It is a fire that can burn away impurities. But this fire must be used with intelligence. When you consume a lemon, its acid enters your stomach, a powerful agent of transformation. It helps to break down other foods, to stimulate digestive juices, to awaken the liver. This is its gift. Paradoxically, once it has done its work and is metabolized by the body, its minerals, the potassium, the calcium, have an alkalizing effect on the blood and tissues. It is a creature of beautiful duality, an acid that brings alkalinity, a fire that brings a clean coolness. But this magical transformation can only happen when the conditions are right. When the lemon is introduced into a harmonious environment, it creates health. When it is introduced into a chaotic environment, it compounds the chaos. The journey after 60 is a journey of refinement. The body is no longer a roaring bonfire that can consume anything thrown into it. It is a steady, gentle hearth. It requires finer fuel, more careful tending. It becomes more sensitive to conflict, to disharmony. The powerful, cutting nature of the lemon, which can be a great ally, can also become a great adversary if we are not mindful. The secret of the lemon is not in the lemon itself. It is in the wisdom of the one who uses it. It is in the understanding of relationship, of synergy, of what to combine and what to hold separate. This is not a practice of fear or restriction. It is a practice of discernment. It is the art of becoming the wise gardener of your own inner world, knowing which plants to place next to each other so they may thrive, and which to keep apart so they do not wither. This understanding is the foundation. Without it, the list of foods to avoid is just a set of empty rules. With it, the list becomes a living map, a guide to creating a state of inner peace and digestive harmony. Before you ever slice a lemon again, take a moment. Hold it in your hand. Feel its weight, its texture, acknowledge the power it contains, and ask yourself, am I about to use this tool with wisdom or with unconscious habit? The answer to that question will determine whether it will be a medicine or a poison for your temple today. First conflict. The first and most common conflict, a war that is waged daily in the stomachs of millions without their knowledge, is the combination of lemon with dairy products. This includes milk, cream, and most forms of yogurt. On the surface, this may seem harmless. We add a squeeze of lemon to a creamy sauce. We drink a milky tea with a slice of lemon. But to understand the problem, we must understand the nature of these two substances. Dairy, in its essence, is a food of grounding, of building, of cooling. It is energetically heavy. It is designed by nature to build the bones and tissues of a young animal. Its protein, primarily casein, is complex and requires a calm, stable digestive environment to be broken down properly. Now, into this calm, cooling, heavy environment, introduce the lemon. The lemon is the opposite. It is sharp, acidic, cutting, and energetically hot. It is a force of breakdown, not of building. When the potent acid of the lemon meets the complex protein of the milk, a violent reaction occurs. The milk curdles, it separates, it coagulates into dense, rubbery lumps. You can see this happen in a glass, but imagine this process occurring in the warm, dark environment of your stomach. You have not aided digestion, you have created a digestive nightmare. You have taken a food that was already difficult to digest and made it nearly impossible. The body, faced with these dense, curdled masses, must mount an enormous effort. The digestive fire, the stomach acid, must work overtime, burning precious energy to try and break down this indigestible substance. Often it fails. These curds pass into the small intestine undigested, where they putrefy. They become food for the wrong kinds of bacteria, leading to gas, bloating, a feeling of heaviness and inflammation. You have created a swamp of stagnation in the very center of your being. This is the smoke that comes from pouring water on a fire that is trying to burn a heavy log. For a digestive system that is maturing, that is becoming more refined after the age of 60, this conflict is particularly taxing. It drains your vital energy, leaving you feeling tired and sluggish when you should feel nourished. It creates a low-grade inflammatory response that can contribute to joint pain and other chronic issues. The principle is one of harmony. Do not mix two opposing forces in a single vessel. Allow the body to process the heavy, grounding nature of dairy on its own in a calm environment, and use the sharp, cleansing power of the lemon separately, where its energy can be of service, not of conflict. To honor this separation is an act of profound kindness to your digestive system. It is a choice for inner peace over inner war. Quenching fire. The second conflict is more subtle, but equally important for maintaining a steady inner fire. This is the combination of lemon with complex carbohydrates, particularly starchy grains like rice, bread, pasta, and potatoes, especially when they are the main component of a meal. To understand this, we must understand the journey of digestion. The digestion of these starchy foods does not begin in the stomach, it begins in the mouth. Your saliva contains an enzyme called amylase. This is the first spark that begins to break down the long, complex chains of carbohydrates into simpler sugars. This enzyme, this initial spark, works best in an alkaline environment. Now, consider what happens when you consume a highly acidic food like lemon, or drink lemon water just before or during a meal that is heavy in starches. The potent acid of the lemon enters your mouth and your stomach. It effectively neutralizes the alkaline environment needed for the salivary amylase to do its work. You have, in essence, quenched the first and most important spark of the digestive fire before it even had a chance to catch. The starches arrive in your stomach largely intact, having missed that crucial first step of breakdown. The stomach itself is designed primarily for protein digestion. It has a limited ability to break down carbohydrates. So this undigested, starchy mass sits there, waiting. It then passes into the small intestine, placing an enormous burden on the pancreas, which must now work overtime to produce a flood of enzymes to try and deal with this mass of unprocessed food. This is an incredibly inefficient process. It is like asking a single worker to do the job of a whole team. The result, once again, is fermentation. The sugars in the starches begin to ferment, creating gas, bloating, and a feeling of profound discomfort and heaviness. You have created a traffic jam in your digestive tract. For the maturing body, this inefficiency is a significant drain on energy. The digestive system is the energy factory of the body. If the factory is inefficient, if it is struggling and creating toxic byproducts, the entire system suffers. You feel tired, foggy, and weak. By combining lemon with a large starch-heavy meal, you are choosing a path of inefficiency and struggle. The principle here is one of right timing and right environment. If you wish to drink lemon water for its cleansing benefits, do so on an empty stomach, at least 20 to 30 minutes before a meal. Allow it to do its work, to awaken the system. Then when you eat your meal, your mouth and stomach will be in the proper state to receive the food, allowing the digestive fire to burn brightly and cleanly from the very first spark. Compounding heat. The third conflict is not one of opposing forces, but of compounding forces. It is the danger of adding fire to fire, of creating an excess of heat that can scorch the delicate lining of your inner world. This is the combination of lemon with other intensely hot and pungent foods, most notably spicy chilies and other powerful, irritating spices. We must understand that heat in this context is not just about temperature, it is about energetic quality. Both lemon and chili are, in their own way, hot. They are aggressive, they are stimulating, they are forces that create a powerful reaction in the body. The heat of a lemon is a sharp, acidic heat. It is a cutting, cleansing force. The heat of a chili comes from the compound capsaicin. It is a pungent, irritating heat that creates a sensation of burning and stimulates a strong inflammatory response. Both of these can be beneficial in small, controlled doses. A little bit of lemon can stimulate digestion. A little bit of chili can boost metabolism and circulation. They are potent medicines. But when you combine these two powerful, aggressive forces, especially in a system that has become more sensitive with age, you risk overwhelming the temple walls. You are essentially launching a two-pronged assault on the delicate mucous membranes that line your stomach and your intestines. Imagine these membranes as a fine, moist, protective layer like the delicate skin on the inside of your cheek. The sharp acid of the lemon irritates it. The pungent heat of the chili irritates it further. Together, they can strip away this protective layer, leaving the underlying tissue exposed and inflamed. This can lead to heartburn, acid reflux, gastritis, and a state of chronic irritation in the gut. It is like scrubbing a delicate silk cloth with two different harsh brushes at the same time. You will inevitably tear the fabric. For the body over 60, preserving the integrity of this inner lining is paramount. It is the barrier between the outside world, your food, and your inner world, your bloodstream. When this barrier is compromised, it can lead to a host of problems, including food sensitivities and systemic inflammation. The principle here is one of balance, not excess. It is about understanding that two powerful medicines, when taken together, do not necessarily double the benefit. They can instead create a powerful poison. Use these heating, stimulating foods separately in moderation. Allow the body to process one strong signal at a time. Do not shout at it from two different directions at once. To practice this restraint is to practice a deep respect for the delicate nature of your inner temple. It is a choice for soothing harmony over scorching chaos. Harmonious pairing. Having understood the conflicts, we can now turn to the path of wisdom. The true art of using the lemon is not in avoiding it, but in knowing its true friends, in understanding the harmonious pairings that unlock its greatest potential and transform it from a potential adversary into a powerful ally. This is where the lemon's secret truly shines. It is not about restriction, it is about intelligent combination. The first and most powerful harmonious pairing is the one many already know, but perhaps do not fully understand: lemon and water. But not just any water, and not at just any time. The most beneficial practice is to take the juice of half a lemon in a glass of warm, not cold, water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Why is this so powerful? The warmth of the water makes it less of a shock to the system. Cold water can cause the digestive organs to contract and seize up. Warm water is gentle, soothing. The dilution in a full glass of water tempers the lemon's harsh acidity, making it a gentle cleanser rather than a sharp solvent. Consumed on an empty stomach, it has a clear path to do its work. It gently awakens the liver, stimulating it to release bile. It prompts the kidneys to begin flushing out toxins accumulated during the night. It provides a dose of vitamin C and electrolytes to rehydrate and energize the system. This is the lemon in its most medicinal, most healing form. It is a gentle inner bath that prepares the entire temple for the day. The second harmonious pairing is lemon with dark leafy greens. Think of a simple salad of spinach, kale, or arugula dressed with olive oil and a generous squeeze of lemon juice. This is a symphony of nourishment. The The greens are packed with minerals like iron and calcium. However, these minerals can sometimes be bound up in the plant's fibers, making them difficult for the body to absorb. The acidity of the lemon works like a key. It helps to break down these fibers, to unlock the minerals and make them far more bioavailable to your body. The lemon is acting as a digestive aid before the food even reaches your stomach. Furthermore, the vitamin C in the lemon dramatically enhances the absorption of the iron from the greens. This is synergy at its most beautiful. The lemon is not just adding flavor, it is amplifying the nutritional power of its companion. The third harmonious pairing is lemon with healthy fats and proteins, particularly fish. The tradition of squeezing lemon over a piece of grilled fish is ancient wisdom. The acid from the lemon begins the process of breaking down the proteins, a process known as denaturation. This essentially pre-digests the fish, making it much easier for your stomach to handle. It reduces the amount of work your digestive fire has to do. It also helps to emulsify the healthy fats, the omega-3s, making them more easily absorbed. Here, the lemon is a perfect partner, a helpful assistant that makes the meal lighter, more digestible, and more nourishing. It is the exact opposite of its effect on dairy, where it creates heaviness. With fish, it creates lightness. This is the essence of discernment, understanding that the same tool has a completely different effect depending on the material it is applied to. Final principle. We have explored the conflicts and the harmonies, but if you only remember the lists of foods, you have missed the deepest teaching. The lists will fade from memory. The principle, once understood, becomes a part of you. It is the compass that will always guide you. The final secret of the lemon is not a what, but a how. It is the principle of conscious application. This principle has three parts: context, timing, and intention. Context is the first part. It is the understanding that the lemon is never acting in isolation. It is always acting in relationship to what surrounds it. Before you use it, you must ask, what is the nature of the food I am pairing it with? Is this food heavy or light? Is it cooling or heating? Is it simple or complex? Will the lemon's sharp, cutting nature be a helpful partner to this food, or will it create a state of war? This is the wisdom of the gardener, who knows that the rose thrives next to the lavender, but withers next to the walnut tree. Timing is the second part. It is the understanding that when you consume, the lemon is as important as what you consume it with. Its power is greatest, and its potential for harm is lowest when it is given its own space to work. Consumed in warm water on an empty stomach, it is a healer. Consumed in the middle of a complex, heavy meal, it can be a troublemaker. The principle is to allow this powerful tool the time and space to perform its specific task, rather than throwing it into a chaotic environment where its actions become unpredictable. It is the wisdom of the craftsman who uses the sharp chisel first to prepare the wood before applying the varnish.